Everybody hear me? This morning, we've been fighting colds on the board. Tom has had laryngitis all this week, and he has decided that he was going to sit in, but save his voice. So if you don't mind, I will take control of the meeting this morning and put everything in place. Will you please rise and pledge allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, roll call, please.
Tom Barnes, Alan Maines,
Here.
Mary Adler, Noah Gariglia, and myself, Richard Earl.
Thank you. Right now, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the February 17th meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of February 17th.
Second.
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 All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried. This morning there'll be President's report and Vice President's report will be combined. Wish you a very happy St. Patrick's Day. You will have a wonderful day, if and even if you're not Irish. At our February board meeting, you will recall a resident criticized for demeaning two board members. These statements will not be tolerated now or in the future. Threatening legal action will not change the resolve of this board. This strengthened the resolve of our board to continue to be fair and treat all residents equally. We also recognized there was no room for individual defamation. Lakeridge agendas are handled as follows. The monthly meeting agenda will be posted on the Lakeridge website prior to every meeting. A brief explanation of each item will be listed below. Permit me to review how questions and concerns are handled in these 3 ways. By written concern sheets that are submitted to the office. All concern sheets are reviewed by board members and answered either verbally or in writing. Concerns are discussed face-to-face at meetings with 2 board members the first Friday of every month. These are the small meetings that we have by appointment, and we speak to you face-to-face regarding concerns. This is something that was never implemented before. Thirdly, brief questions will be addressed after the open board meeting, as in the past. Questions will be limited to 2 minutes and 2 minutes only. Self-serving statements and shouting will not be tolerated. The board requests residents consider the following points. First, board members are residents also. And if we wish to discuss matters face to face, we were elected on the premise that we communicate with you folks, and we are. Second, we are unpaid volunteers elected by you to serve the community's residents. And third, the board believes changes are necessary to keep Lakeridge up to date and cost effective. We realize not all residents agree with us. Lakeridge is a friendly and democratic community where new ideas are always welcome and your volunteerism is greatly appreciated. The board appreciates your attention and cooperation. Thank you very much. Under old business, Ellen, bring us up to date, please.
You all hear me? Okay, good morning. I'd just like to report that the pinpoint cameras are installed and that the call box is coming along and should be ready soon. You will be notified when we have a definite date. We have received some concern sheets regarding the institution of the call box due to some misunderstandings. And they have all been addressed individually. I would like to clarify that the call box is really for the use of the visitors who you would like to enter into the community after 11 o'clock. And it is controlled only by you. Your entry will not change, and you will continue to enter the community with your entry card or your remote card, unless in the event you left it home for some reason, on a trip, because 11 to 7, that's probably where it would be. And then, of course, you could use your personal PIN number. Since there still may be some questions, I find that there are still some questions. Jeff will be here, and I will stay after the meeting and be glad to answer them, whatever your questions may be. Thank you.
Motion, please, on the HVAC duct cleaning that's taking place.
I move to accept the bid not to exceed $9,600 plus sales tax from Apex Air Duct Cleaning for all the air handling system from furnace through the ductwork in the buildings.
I will approve that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This ductwork cleaning and maintenance is coming about post-COVID. We are cleaning the ducts and we are cleaning the dirt out of the ducts so that no COVID materials or items can be contained in them. Okay? That was the reason why we were proceeding in this manner.
And let me add that the money is coming from the deferred maintenance fund.
Thank you. May I have a motion for the HVAC maintenance contract, please?
I move to accept the maintenance contract from Brick Township Heating and Air Conditioning in an amount not to exceed $4,250.
I'll second that motion.
Again, plus sales tax, maybe a little higher. This is replacing all the filters, checking refrigerant, condensing units, top to bottom, so that we are maintaining our very valuable equipment.
This includes the filters that are being used for the gym and other areas in both the clubhouse and the annex. Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carries.
I would like to make a motion to repair the tennis courts we received 3 proposals, and we decided to accept athletic sports at the cost of approximately $22,000 to be taken from our reserve fund.
Wow.
Now, this is something that's been needed. It's been a long time since we've done this. We are going to be cleaning the courts, pressure washing the courts, filling cracks and applying paint, and getting it to where it should be. And we, of course, would replace any dead spots that are necessary. We've consulted with the tennis group. They've requested this. They've shown us where it's needed. I know it seems like a lot of money, but we have it in the research, we have it in the fund. So would not impact upon your future maintenance fees. All in favor?
Aye. All opposed?
Nay. No.
Okay. May I have a count of who approved it, please, as opposed to who was a nay? Did you agree with that?
It's been, Rich seconded,
Yes.
Yes.
Mary approved,
I approve.
Alan
Approved.
approved, Tom approves.
Okay. Motion carries. Mary, would you like to speak about the guest policy?
At this time, I would like to table the guest policy procedure because there's still some questions about the verbiage. So, we're gonna table guest policy right now, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
And I guess I can do real estate also, okay?
Yes.
The board has revisited the open house policy, and from now on, open houses will be on Sunday between 1 and 4, and estate sales will be on Saturday and Sunday between 9 and 1. And that's a revision to some of the old rules, okay? And we'll be getting, eventually, a Lakeridge, by a real estate agent, checklist, so you'll see this all, but just so you know, we are doing open houses. We're not putting signs or balloons or anything like that outside. It will be with a real estate broker.
And the broker will also be meeting their clients at the gate, will be bringing them into the house and returning them to the gate for security reasons. Are there any issues with that? Thank you. Mary, the treasurer's report, please.
Okay, this is gonna be very short, we're only talking about 2 months, okay? So, for the 2 months ending February 28th, 2022, our income of $206,791 was $62,385 better than the budget. Why? Okay, we still have our surplus. I mean, you wanna know why? I mean, it just why, you know. Our surplus for the carryover for 2021 was $53,265. We still have that surplus, so we still have that in our pockets to use. Resale of homes are better than budget. We did 8 versus 4 that we budgeted for, and those are the 2 main factors that kept us afloat. Expenses. Our expenses were. We did a nice job, by the way, Marty and Bill Cohn and the Finance Committee. I mean, I can't believe what a great job they did with the budget for this year. Now, the numbers were right on budget start seeing what's going to happen, and then putting in the inflation costs, and then inflation gets worse. But you guys did a really good job with the numbers, thank you. Our expenses were right on budget for the 2 months. The actual expense was $311,069, and our budget was $310,678. Some budgets were up, some were low, but when we went together, they bounced out. So, nice job, everybody. We're still looking good. Our cash and investment funds totaling approximately $4.1 million, more of which is in the replacement fund, that is a current balance of $3.2 million. The next stage of our road replacement will take place in this year, and this will require funds from the replacement fund, approximately $900,000 for this year. So, also, we're moving from Morgan Stanley to Ameriprise. And next month, we will have the people from Ameriprise come talk to us to explain how we are moving our funds, what that entails. So look forward for more information about that. And up to that, nice job, everybody. Thank you.
And the secretary's report, please.
As you've heard, we've been creating some policies that have been missing, and we're updating other policies, such as the real estate open house policy, longer hours. Estate sales are now allowed on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So people sell their houses, clear out their houses. We're drafting a pool policy that clarifies previous rules. We're thinking about summer already, and we'd like your input. Copies of a draft of the pool policy are on the table. As you leave, please take one. Give us your comments, written comments by email or on paper in the wooden box in the library. We want to print it in the May issue of the Views. The deadline is coming quickly, so please give us any comments as soon as you can. And the outdoor pool will open on May 28th. Here we are at the end of winter talking about the summer season already. The indoor pool, we have managed, despite the nationwide shortage of lifeguards, we've managed to start a pilot program, opening the indoor pool on Sundays. Hallelujah. Let's hope there's enough usage that it's worth the money we're spending on opening the indoor pool on weekends. People are working, our new residents, many of them are still working, unfortunately, and we want them to enjoy our facilities. We scheduled two of the most important board meetings of the year in the evening for those who work during the day. Of course, our annual election meeting in May, but also our budget presentation, which will be in November this year. That will be in the evening. Next Tuesday, we have the State Motor Vehicle Commission coming here to conduct business. It's completely booked. It's the hottest ticket in town. People who want to renew their license and registration get the real ID that you need to board a plane and take care of business here. They will be returning in August due to popular demand, and we're negotiating for a third day this year to have the motor vehicle office here. Speaking of motor vehicles, let me take a moment to complain about speeding. The speed limit in residential areas in New Jersey is 25. Tom's River Police will again set up the radar reading signs, and I hope when you see a 45, you're embarrassed, because you are putting our walkers and other drivers in danger. Let's watch out for each other, watch the speed limit. This is not Route 70. On April 21st, we're going to have the Tom's River tax assessor and other officials here to explain revaluation, that higher assessment everybody got, the senior freeze, and the homestead credit. Sign-ups for the April 21st program will be announced in the Views in April. We want to keep Lakeridge a 55-plus community. Federal law requires us to take a household census and make sure that we're all 55. One person in each house is 55 or older. If you haven't already filled out your census form, please do so. You can get another copy of the form in the office. We don't want our adult community status to be jeopardized. Another form we'd like you to fill out, if you haven't done so already, is a consent form for electronic notices and voting. We can save thousands of dollars on printing and mailing ballots for the May election if more residents voted online. It's easier, faster, more secure, and less expensive. Finally, we've created that information sheet for home buyers and real estate agents, just to keep everything safe as people come in. Outsiders want to buy our houses, but we don't know who they are unless the realtor is accompanying them. Thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you, Rich. I'd also like to compliment, as we've complimented the Finance Committee, I'd like to compliment the Government Committee with the programs that they are putting forward and bringing New Jersey State licensing people here, which was never done before. So all these programs are expanded, and they're new ideas and new concepts to make our life easier. Ella, may I have the Director at Large's report, please?
I really have no report other than what I had already mentioned, the old business, so I'll pass on this.
And the manager's report, Michelle?
Good morning. Just a couple of reminders and a couple new items to bring to your attention. First is the annual election for the Lakeridge Board of Directors. The call for candidate sheets have gone out, so you should have received them. If you haven't, you can certainly receive another one, but there's, as many as you like. If you want your name on the ballot, or if you want your neighbor's name on the ballot, you have to put their name on the ballot on the concern sheet in order for them to get on the ballot in May. So if you have someone that you're interested in, please make sure you fill out that form. They're due by March 31st. The election committee will then meet with candidates to kind of go through the format of candidates night. So it'll be an interesting time in Lakeridge. So please fill those out if you're interested. Even if it's yourself. If you want to be on the ballot, don't wait for someone else to nominate you. Nominate yourself. Bulk pickup. Thomas River gave us the dates for bulk pickup. So anybody that's kind of getting ready to clean out your garage or your house or whatever it may be, our bulk pickups are April 29th and September 30th. So we'll get that into the views and we'll get it on channel 22 as soon as we can, and it'll give you the items that you're allowed to put into bulk pickup and those that you're not allowed to put in bulk pickup. Channel 22, as you may have noticed, is down. There's an issue with Comcast. Gentleman in the back of the room, to point him out, is working on that diligently for us. So we should get that back up and running shortly. We also have notices for primary and general elections. The date that was sent out on the initial mailing from the township was wrong. The primary election is June 7th. The general election is November 8th.
Are we gonna have the voting booths here?
I believe we are at this point, from what I understand, we are, yes. And a great program that you have here that is underutilized, in my opinion, is your phlebotomist from Robert Wood Barnabas. They come to the annex the second Monday of every month. You can have blood drawn, they do basic testing. I left a flyer out on the table. If they're not there, we can make more for you. But it's a great option for you to have some of that stuff done right in the community instead of going to the doctor's office or having to go for tests in the hospital. They're limited on what they can do because they're portable, but certainly something definitely you might want to look into. We had a tinted film put on the front window of the fitness center, exercise room. There's some heat because of the way the sun rises in that direction, and the air conditioning has had a hard time keeping up. So we put a tint on there. So if you use the fitness center, let us know how it is in the spring and summer as it starts to get warm and see if that's working. We board may look at doing that over at the annex also if it's beneficial. And as someone had mentioned prior, Jeff from Control Systems will be here after the meeting is over. If you have questions about the call box or anything, he's here to answer them for you. I think Bella's gonna stay behind with him and do that. And our fire hydrant that was taken down not that long ago, or maybe a little while ago, but we had to wait for spring, that's in the process of getting repaired. So we're headed in the right direction. Certainly if you have any comments, questions after the meeting, I'm happy to meet with any of you, and your concern sheets come in. We do try to address them as efficiently as possible, emails also. So we're here for you, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. Everybody's Irish today.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for the fine job you were doing in the front office. It's marvelous. Even the ladies are doing a great job. Is there any other topic that needs to be addressed before adjournment?
I move we adjourn.
All in favor? All opposed? We are adjourned.